Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Oh man, you guys could do better than that. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
It is so nice to be together. Thank you for making it the most treacherous time, which is you made it through the parking lot to get here, so that's good. And as Russ said, this is Buffalo. This is nothing, right? It wasn't nothing on Thursday, I'll tell you. I had my parents come up from Philadelphia to see my youngest, who is performing in Annie right now, as we speak, actually. And my mom said, this is the clearest we've ever had. It's wonderful. They got to exit 50 on the 290. Whatever. They got to 7A on 290 and come off. Which they just had to get to the Hyatt, and it was
They came the southern route.
Yeah, that part was worth that. That was the worst part of the journey, but everything else was great.
Yeah.
Well, let's take a nice deep breath of Shabbat air. I know for me it feels really good to be together. I appreciate every time we can gather, and we know, especially in the winter, where sometimes things like the weather cut us off, or many other things. And so just to be able to have a nice, simple, quiet Shabbat in honor of Martin Luther King weekend, to be with Cantor and Sean, it's really very special. Sometimes the little tiny things we don't always appreciate, the things that we just expect. But I think we've had a lot of kind of crazy services, so it's nice to just have a quiet one, actually. Bruce, should I call you up? Okay. I was away for 1 week and I forgot to call up Bruce, and his mom said,
You'll never live it down.
You'll never live it down.
Yeah, never.
Ever.
Bad way to start the year. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And welcome on a cold night to be inside here for a very nice, warm Shabbat service. Is Yanina coming too?
No, we had a little bit of a mix-up, so she's coming next week.
Oh, okay.
Cantor won't be here,
Okay,
but
So-
Harvey and Yonina will.
got it, okay. Can't keep track of the clergy without a scorecard, but we'll manage. Rabbi mentioned it's obviously Martin Luther King weekend. I think I've mentioned this story in the past, back in my TV news days. I found people that were here with Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. for his 2 visits to Buffalo. One was in 1958 when he visited a church over on the east side. I found a woman who served him lunch that day. And then he was back in 1967. And George Arthur, the former Common Council president, was with him that day. And he was one of the few politicians who was brave enough to do that, because by then Dr. King had become controversial within the African American community, and a lot of people, Arthur Eve would not be with him when he was here in 1967. So you learn a lot of interesting stuff. That was back in the days when, naturally, I was producing Black History Month, but it was interesting stuff. So anyway, on this weekend, we remember him and everything that he did for all of us, and hope that his legacy continues to live on despite some obstacles. So anyway, Shabbat Shalom. Enjoy a wonderful service, even though Yanina's not here. They let us on, but that's okay.
Oh, I think we changed the average.
Oh, okay.
No, it was really.
Well, it would have been crowded with
really
3
what was
clergy on
best
the
for
beam
her.
anyway, so we'll be
It's
fine.
really what's best for
She's
her.
downtown.
Okay, we'll be fine. And-
She's juggling a lot of things, and everybody thought it was gonna be another time, and we switched it to another week.
That works.
We need to move on.
Very good. Shabbat Shalom.
Rabbi, you haven't met Rabbi Unina yet? We're going to have to introduce you.
Oh, man.
I didn't realize that Rabbi Unina's... Yeah, Rabbi Unina, actually, it's really cool. She grew up, I think she even did the choir here growing up. But her email address is, I finally got it. It was back in Buffalo.
No, Buffalo Gal, right?
No, she has one that's back in Buffalo.
Oh,
I just never read it correctly. Yeah, Andrea. Yeah. All right, hold on. I want to read something, and then I think you have an opening song.
no, we're okay.
Okay.
We can do our Hine Matov after that.
So Mark, my friend Mark over here, Nightinger, gave me a wonderful book. Who knew? John Lennon, of course, always a beloved musician. Of course, we know in Attica over there is the person who killed him, but he is beloved for his music writing, but apparently he wrote a lot of, he also wrote a lot of silly poems. So this, Mark just presented me this book, and it's one of his favorite books. It's called John Lennon in His Own Right, A Spaniard in the Works. And it has an introduction by Yoko Ono and Paul McCartney. And this is called I Sat Baloney. And I think he actually drew the picture too.
Yeah.
Maybe Yoko Ono, I'm not sure. I sat baloney down a tree, humbled, fat, and small. A little lady sing to me, I couldn't see it all. I'm looking up and at the sky to find such wondrous voice. Puzzly puzzle, wonder why I hear but have no choice. Speak up, come forth, you ravel me, I potty menthol shout. I know you hiddy by this tree, but still she won't come out. Such softly singing lulled me to sleep an hour or two or so. I wakenly slow and took a peep, and still no lady show. Then suddenly a little twig, I thought I see a sight, a tiny little tiny pig that sing with all its might. I thought you were a lady, I giggle I may. To my surprise the lady got up and flew away. I don't know what it means, but it sounds really cool, actually. Maybe Mark can help us decipher it, I don't know. We're going to begin. You don't want to do I Diddy Die? It would be fun to do.
Oh, we're okay. We'll go right to Hine Matov.
All right, Hine Matov, which is on 128. It says here 128 3/4.
Oh, no, that's the Hine Matov. It's in 3/4 time
Ah,
as
it's a
opposed
musical
to
term.
4 quarters.
It's like John Lennon's poem. I can't figure it out.
It's cryptic.
Yeah.
Everyone together, or as a round. Hine Matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine Matov, shevet achim gam yachad.
How good and how pleasant it is that brothers and sisters dwell together. It's amazing. We needed to put that in a prayer that brothers and sisters are not fighting with each other. That's a good thing. We are going to turn to our candle lighting on page 120. And we have a special birthday in our community recently. And we're having a special celebration afterwards. So I'm going to invite up Randy and Sherry Joe to light our candles. It is really important. So many of us shy away from our birthdays, and I think we should embrace them because every year it's a record of, it's an accomplishment, and it should be seen that way.
My opinion is the alternative sucks.
Exactly, the alternative sucks. So if you can arrive and bless the candles, how wonderful. So page 120. The candle lighting, and then we'll do Kiddush right there on 123. And Cantor, maybe afterwards we can do a Yom Halelet Sameach.
You read my mind. And a hug.
Sorry.
And the Kiddush can be found on 123. We'll recite together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei beri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho v'yava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom tefillah l'mikra'ei kodesh Zecher Tziyah Yitzrayim Kivanu v'charta V'otanu kidashta B'Shabbat kodeshecha B'yahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. To life, to joy, to
I think
happiness.
it's grape juice.
I think I instructed her to do. Because we keep on having kids up here. Oh, all right, so don't leave anywhere because we're going to do Yom Halelet Sameach here. So.
Happy birthday. That means
Oh,
I'm
oh.
not speaking in Hebrew.
Yom Halelet Sameach, Yom Halelet Sameach, Yom Halelet Sameach, Yom Halelet Sameach. And many, many more in good health, to 120 in health.
Happy birthday.
And I want to say, just Randy's been with our congregation for like at least a year, maybe. And she's made such a big difference. And now she's sponsoring an eggs. It's wonderful. And she does the welcoming. And she's really become an integral part of our
And
community. So,
she's going to be rooting for the Bills tomorrow.
really, don't tell anyone in Baltimore. You need a new coach now. Uh-oh, she's gonna get in trouble down in
Don't get me
Baltimore.
nervous, Rabbi.
They're not gonna like that she wrote
Starting
straight
to get
bills.
nervous already for the game.
Yeah,
Just-
well, that's why we need to sing. Let's not think about tomorrow. We got a little while. Okay, page 138 and 139. If you don't know, Cantor is a very passionate fan. So she's like my one son who has to. He can't watch in the same.
No, I
room.
have to move around
He's
the
got to go
house.
in a
I have to
different. Yeah.
prep my overnight oats. I have to do all kinds of
All right,
things.
so this will be prayers to get that out of our system, and prayers for health and safety of the bills, of course. We're going to welcome Shabbat in 138 and 139. Imagine Josh Allen over there. He's kind of waiting to come in. You know, actually, this is funny, Cantor. I was thinking about. I went to the supermarket, the Tops, and they had a big Josh Allen. I was like, why don't we have that at our synagogue? I thought, we'll get a Josh Allen when you come in.
Well,
He'll be handing out prayer books.
He's 6'5", would he fit?
No, but they
fit
have,
through
you
our
know, they have
doors?
the nice little.
I know,
pictures.
I know, I'm just making a joke. Will they fit through our doors even?
Oh my God, yeah. I hope so. I hope he doesn't come try to tackle us or something. We're gonna, yeah. Do you want to?
Oh, this particular setting of the Chadadi, we've never done together, and I've been here 10 years. We've never done this together before, and this is a real throwback melody. I hope some of you will recognize it and remember it.
So it's 1, 2, 5, and 9 for the verses. On the 9th verse, we rise, we face the doorway, we welcome Josh Allen as he comes in, and then we wish each other Shabbat Shalom by waving.
Anybody remember this? Lecha dodi, likrakala, penhe shapa, nekavla. Try with me. Lecha dodi, likrakala, penhe shapa, nekavla, shamor v'zachor. L'shem
welcome each other. We remain standing, page 146, for our call of community, the Barchu. Look around, how wonderful it is for us all to be together tonight. Baruch Adonai Havorach Leolam Vaed.
Baruch Adonai Havorach Leolam Vaed.
We continue with the Shema, page 152, 153.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Baruch Shem Kavod Malchuto Leolam Vaed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
You may be seated. We continue with the V'ahavta, page 154.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'otecha v'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anuki mitzvacha hayom halevavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibartam v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shoftecha u'v'kumecha u'kshartam le'od chayatecha v'hayu letoldatot b'einenecha וכתבתם המזוזות ותך ובשברך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם אלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Let's turn to page 157. At the top, while there's no specific Martin Luther King readings here, this is about as close as you get, a wonderful reading preparing us for the Michamocha, the crossing of the sea, which in a way the civil rights movement also represented. Please join with me. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. And I love that reading because we can imagine, in Selma, especially Abraham Joshua Heschel and Martin Luther King walking hand in hand, all their arms linked. And we can also imagine our ancestors walking through the sea in the same way. Those two images kind of conflate together. We'll turn to 158, singing that song of the sea, to Bina's Nigu.
Oh, we've changed it,
Oh,
Rabbi.
changed it, okay. See, I should never just assume.
I meant to do this, but it did get onto the program.
Well, I
So-
won't, we don't know what Bina's Nigu is, so we could
You
just
will
pretend
next
it is.
week,
Oh,
or the
next
week after, whenever we're here
Okay.
together. One more verse, here we go. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace someday. All deep in my heart, I do believe we shall live in peace someday.
I love that. I was at a union gathering today, and they were talking about how Martin Luther King, it was important to go out and rally and protest, but it was always in love. And you can hear in that song, it's not gathering in anger, it's gathering in love. So it's a beautiful way of kind of, sometimes we think about the angry mobs and the way protests sometimes happen today, but that's very different when you're singing that. And it was exactly what I was talking about, so it's perfect.
I know,
You can-
I was gonna be a surprise.
Oh my gosh. Well, you did surprise me. That was wonderful. I was like gonna cry. Okay. Page 161. I know a lot of you are familiar. This one, we're doing this.
You're gonna
right?
cry on this one.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you cry on this one.
161 at the top. Let there be love, on the same theme.
Let there be love understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from. You can keep singing that if you like. Together now. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. We rise, if you're able, for our silent meditation, which begins on 164 through 180. Take your time in the Hebrew or the English, or whatever your private prayers are. Whenever you're ready, you may be seated. Page 180, Oseh Shalom, our prayer for peace. hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Alleluia. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Sing with me. Oh, say shalom. Oh, say shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hu yaseh, hu yaseh, hu yaseh shalom. Hallelujah. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down.
You're bringing back a lot of the old favorites.
Well, this one I always say for very special occasions because it meant so much. It was the last Oseh Shalom that we sang here in the sanctuary before COVID, and and then it was like I knew it was our last time in the sanctuary, and I kind of welled up. So I save it for emotional type of Shabbat.
It's amazing how music can really attach itself to a time. We're going to turn to our healing prayer, Misha Barak, page 371. 371. I'm going to read our list out. First of all, we are so glad to have Ben Peremsky over here. He made the heroic trip in here, and we're glad he's gone through quite a lot, and he did it. It was like absolutely heroic to watch him walk through the sanctuary, and he's been working hard so we can get to the intro class, which starts on Wednesday. There's still spaces if you want to sign up, but we're really happy to see and hopefully continued healing for you. We are also sending our attention to Nancy Adler, Cecil Ammerman, Carol Bauda, who is Terry's friend who's nearing hospice, I understand. So we'll send some special prayers her way. Ellen Bernstein, Sophie Block, Jeff Brody, Rosemary Bergholzer, Ronnie DeBrowen, who had successful knee surgery this week, Kenny Duval, Jim Fagelbaum, Paul Fagenbaum, Janice Fagenbaum, Phelan Forbin, Stephen Gross, Carol Grosser, Ernie Grosser, Jill Hamilton, Mike Holt, Vicky Holt, Lori Holt, Leandra Holt, Jonah Alexander Hyman, Ryan Alexander, Bill Klein, Bruce Karotkin, Dr. Thomas Langen, Latif, Ben Peremsky, Gail Lewis, Robin Lewis, Fanny Markel, Joan Ollendorf, Carol Parise, Mary Ann Pula, Aidan Raccoon, Linda Resnick, Mark Rodman, Tony Romano, Sarah Korn Rothschild, Marty Rubin, Randy Lifson, Lynn Sciortorno, Benjamin Sermon, Rodney Shapiro, Carol Shine, Roz Silver, Eric Smith, Frank Terranova, Linda Timlin, Renata and Wolfgang Tolle, Judy Van Horn, Isaac Webb, Max Willig, Gail Willig-Smith, Carla Batchana, and Chana Ezra Ben Shuel. We'll go around it if you have other names.
Renee Schwartz. Mike and Samantha Morehouse.
Wendy and Yuso.
William Klein, did you say anything?
we'll bring all those names into our hearts as we sing the Misha Berach again on page 371.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
A complete healing of body and soul. May our prayers go out to where they're needed. Shabbat Shalom. It's really nice. It's nice to have a quiet service and to honor, of course, this really important weekend. I was joking with my friend Angela Blue, who organized this event today. And of course, it's a terrible week to have an event because there's lots of snow everywhere. And I said, well, you know, Martin Luther King weekend was not built for Buffalo. Because, of course, this is a terrible time to try to gather together because it's almost always our events get canceled. It's just the way of things. But in the Jewish calendar, Martin Luther King is in the perfect spot because where are we in the Torah? Almost always on Martin Luther King weekend, we are in the middle of the book of Exodus. We're in Erev, which is the first 7 of the plagues, and it is perfect timing. We were singing about this with the Michamocha, the crossing of the sea, and putting "we shall overcome" on top of the words, that melody, because it feels, these two places really feel parallel. So often in our lives, it feels kind of, we relive things from before. We're always, as human beings, we live in the midst of stories. And we always think, sometimes in our moment, we think, it could never be like this. Have you ever felt like that? I've never seen anything like this. I always smile whenever I hear someone say that. I mean, COVID was exceptional, but there have been pandemics in the world before, just we never experienced them before. But especially political turmoil, these happen all the time. There's always these periods of unrest. And to make my point, I'd like to read from a rabbi's sermon. This is from October of 1959. Some of you remember back to there. Today we live in an age when an overall pattern of unrest and unhappiness hides the thin, bright thread of hope. Beset by problems of survival, adrift in an age of uncertainty and potential terror, men in our day may look back with joy, but ahead they see only darkness and death. In our world, the words of introduction to the story of Noah and the flood some of it's a little hard to read. God says, "The end of all men has come before us, for the earth is filled with violence through them. For us too, a mood of despair fills our hearts, for ours too is an age of violence. Children riot in the streets, flout the law, and commit wanton and senseless murder. People march upon our schools, defy the courts, and create confusion and anarchy. Dynamite explodes in churches and private homes, directed even against officials whose dedication to the law marks them as targets. All this at home, in our own towns and cities, while the greater threat of world violence smolders and sparks. Tibet overrun, Laos invaded, in the Middle East a tinderbox, Asia and Africa in ferment, and overall the constant and terrible threat of total destruction beneath the awesome cloud of the hydrogen bomb. Has the end of all flesh come at last, or is there some ark of safety for us? Can we use this day to put fear to flight, to find again the bright thread of hope that alone gives meaning to life? So obviously a lot of that is out of a different place, but some of it feels like today. Did you hear things? Did you hear about the Middle East there? Unrest in our streets, attacks on religious leaders and spaces. This sermon, which is, again, October of 1959, is a really important moment in the Jewish world. And it's a moment in a way that's familiar, because this sermon is in response to something that happened in the community that the rabbi was speaking at the year before, which is the synagogue was nearly burned down. And here we have a very similar situation in Louisiana and in Germany. It's Mississippi. Mississippi. This is what happened. I got a rabbi brain here. That these things seem like we're repeating. It feels like we're walking in. Many of you, if you're familiar with the civil rights movement, the first person you usually think of in the Jewish side, you think of Abraham Joshua Heschel, right? Heschel famously disregarded his colleagues over at the Jewish Theological Seminary and marched down to Selma. He had a high disapproval rating in the Jewish community. They did not want him to go, but he made quite a difference. And famously, he says that because it was on Shabbat, that his feet were praying. Right? I think it's kind of a corrupted quote, but that sense that we have, we quote this all the time in the Jewish world, that action is really important, that marching is important, that in these times it's important to go and be part of the world, not just in the synagogue services itself. Not that you shouldn't come, please keep coming. But there is another leader who is much less known. I'd like to share a little bit about him. He's a very important person, and his story doesn't get told a lot. And I want to use this opportunity of Martin Luther King weekend to tell his story. His name was Rabbi Jacob Rothschild. Have you ever heard of him? Has anyone heard of him? Okay, so he was born in August of 1911. So he would be a good 115 years old at this point. And he was born in the Pittsburgh area and had a very strong Jewish upbringing. Of course, he came into being his life in this tumultuous time, especially for Jews. Growing up in the 20s and 30s, we can imagine what he went through, deciding to become a rabbi, of course, serving in the military, like so many rabbis did in that time, and eventually finding a pulpit in the late 40s when he was in his 30s in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, he was, remember, from Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh's a northern city, similar to Buffalo in the way. We have civil rights problems, but it's very different. You can imagine a northern Jew moving to Atlanta in the 1940s. And it would be very stark. I know, because we have a story in my very own family of my grandmother, Clara Locke, going down through the military. I think she was visiting my grandfather in the Army, and she was down there in the South, and what did she find? All of the water fountains were separated, the bathrooms were separated, the buses were separated, right? My grandmother, she was a Spitfire, she went and she drank from the fountain that said, that was for blacks only. She didn't like that. Even she was coming from Boston, and she definitely didn't like that. And so Rabbi Rothschild came down to the South. I see Rich is kind of relating because you had military service down South also, and felt that same tension. Now, I'm familiar with the Atlanta area because I served as a student rabbi down there. And it has a peach tree, one of the largest streets down there. They have beautiful peach trees. And you will notice if you're in Atlanta, there is a complete divide. On one side of Peachtree was the African American area, on the other side the white. There was hospitals for the African Americans that were run down and terrible, dilapidated. The hospitals on the other side of the highway, of the road, were gorgeous and beautiful. It was a city completely divided. I was there in the early 2000s. In the 1940s, it was completely different than Rabbi Rothschild had ever seen. And of course, he came about there in Atlanta, there was another young man who was making his way, who was a little bit younger than Rabbi Rothschild, in his late 20s. He got started in when he was 26. And we know who that person was, Martin Luther King Jr., right? He was the head of one of the large African American churches over there. And these two leaders found each other, and they fell in love with each other, and they marched together, and they did everything together. Their families were actually intertwined. Dr. King would often come over to the Shabbat residence and the Shabbat house of Rabbi Rothschild and his family. And I know this because I know his daughter, Marcia, was a member of my community when I served in Atlanta. And I had the great pleasure of getting a tour of the Civil Rights Museum down there in Atlanta with Rabbi Rothschild's daughter, Marcia. And she showed me pictures, and she said, I remember that picture. I was there. Here's a picture of her father and Dr. King. One of the things that you see here is Dr. King, as you know, won a Nobel Peace Prize. When he came back to Atlanta, not a single community celebrated him. If Dr. King walked across Buffalo or anywhere in the United States today, if he was still alive, we would be in awe. We'd get his autograph, right? He was a pariah in his own community. He was a pariah throughout the country. He was sowing unrest. And so when Rabbi Rothschild was part of a celebration and even invited Dr. King to a celebration at the Temple. The Temple, it's called the Temple. It has no other names. This is the easiest thing is Temple Beth Zion of Atlanta. So it was the large Reform, classical Reform congregation. What I know about the temple, what I heard, is that if you walked in with a kippah, you would be ushered out of the building. This is in the 30s and 40s I'm talking about. If you walked in with a tallis, they would not like you one bit. If you fasted on Yom Kippur, no. This was very much a classical Reform. And you have this northern Pittsburgh-born rabbi coming down there who knows nothing about the communal politics, doesn't really worship in the same way. So it must have been quite a clash. And here he was making waves. He was influenced by a rabbi in Pittsburgh, his rabbi growing up, Rabbi Marks, who was out there on the streets with the workers. He was taught from an early age to be present and be out and make a difference in the world. And so he celebrated Dr. King. He had him over to his Shabbat table. Marcia would tell me about, I couldn't even imagine what this was like. Coretta Scott King was there, all the kids were there. They were all eating together. They were friends with one another. They loved each other. And here on the outside world, there was anger, hostility, leading up to this terrible event, which happened in October 12th, 1958. So that sermon was the year later, where they firebombed the synagogue. Shocking. Not today, unfortunately. Today, this has become more of a regular thing. And it was horrendous then, and it's horrendous today. They did it in the middle of the night not to injure anyone. But the shockwaves. You actually, if you've ever seen the movie Driving Miss Daisy, or the play, have you seen that? They have the bombing of the temple building as one of the motifs there. And that's a really important part. But it did not dissuade Rabbi Rothschild from continuing to speak out. He continued to make known that, fight for civil rights and activism. He continued to try to be the transformational leader. And the only thing sad is that we don't sing his praises anymore. I want to say, because for me it is personal, because Marcia was a beloved member of our community. We had a very small community. It was my first official pulpit. We had about 30 people. It was like a chavara. So they would bring me down. This was right after 9/11. And I came down there, and here I was, young person in my 20s, and there was a huge fight in the community, partially because Marcia was, she had a big personality and kind of had divided. And I had one group saying I needed to do this, and one group saying to do this. And I said, whoa, I'm going to get to know this person, Marcia. And she took me to the museum. We became friends. I really got to know her and care about her. And she really had a wonderful, beautiful neshama and a very unique story that she had in her life. Sadly, about 5-6 years ago, she died in a car crash. And I was heartbroken to hear about this situation. And I thought I should tell her story, tell her father's story, because it's an important part of our story. As we think about that moment, the civil rights movement, it was a hard time. Jews they were like Americans. Some of them were very racist. Some of them participated in civil rights. But there were heroic people like Abraham Joshua Heschel and like Jacob Rothschild, and we should remember their heroism, that it was transformational, and it's a really important part of the story. Actually, I wonder, because there's the famous scene, they were all wearing the green kippas as they're walking through Selma. Why did Rabbi Heschel, why was he able to make such a great relationship with Dr. King? I suspect it's because he already had a good friend that was a rabbi. I don't know for sure, but I do suspect that. Friendship is the most important factor determining its fighting against hate in this society. May we continue to try to do transformation. Cantor's prepared a special song.
Actually, Rabbi, I just wanted to
sure,
tell
please.
you that, did you know that his wife, I was there a few years ago, and I was there at the temple. And
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And the whole event was at the temple, and we come back and forth to our hotels.
I've
and
never
things like
actually
that,
been
come
in the
back.
temple. I
Yeah,
only
it's
drove by
beautiful.
it.
It's beautiful, and I met Rabbi's wife. Is still alive. She was
my
close
gosh.
to 100, or she was 100, and she was as smart as a whip. And I had a couple conversations with her, and she was just amazing. And she told us all kinds of stories about, her and Coretta. They were just like raising these children together, and they were just like swapping, just like we do with our families, just swapping. This one would drive to there, this one would drive to that. It was just, they had kids around the same age and everything, and
That's amazing.
And it was very interesting. And she wore like a beautiful hat and a beautiful, suit, and yeah, it was. Now this was a few years ago. I don't know if she's still with us, but it was really amazing.
I'm so happy to hear that. I'm sad for her that she probably did witness her daughter's death, but
She might have. Yeah.
but I'm happy to hear that you got a piece of that story too. And it's a really, they were a wonderful family, and we owe them a lot in the Jewish community, and we really haven't sung their praises. So I'm so glad that you had a little section of it, and I got a little section, so we can share the story.
But they do really sing his praises in Atlanta
Oh,
at the
good.
temple. They have, in their museum, they have many pictures of the rabbi and many pictures of them together, and they have a whole little museum about it. So they do honor it, and they do honor him and his family and the whole legacy.
Yeah,
And the fire.
yeah, the fire, very traumatic.
Yeah. So we can go on. We can go on. We can.
No,
there's
let's
some-
do
there's
the,
more-
yeah,
there's
we
more
got some more conversation. Let's hear it. Yeah. You know what? I don't know. That's what they wore. I think it was a symbol of the solidarity. I think everyone wore it. That's what I understand. I remember I gave a sermon. Let's hear. We need that song.
We need a song?
Yeah. Come on.
All right.
She prepares wonderful songs.
I
And
know.
she said,
Well,
"Oh,
because it
I don't
doesn't
want to do
know."
it." Like last week, she had a song that was her own song. I thought, you got to do it. You were going to get her to do
It's
it.
enough for
She
me. I get
hasn't
to
even
sing a
shown
couple songs
us
that are ready to
one of
move
her
on.
published songs.
And it's
You're gonna
lovely.
next time. You're gonna have her do it. It's called Safta Saba. We're gonna get Cantor to do it.
I'm going to do it in one of the, I did, it was
One
going
of
to be
the
for
other,
birth, one of the
L'chaim.
other L'chaim events. I'll
Okay.
definitely do it. Yeah, and you shall love your neighbor as yourself. V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. V'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. L'reacha kamocha. Kamocha. If you know it, sing along. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. L'reacha kamocha. Kamocha. How would the world look? How might our days be lighter? How could the heart feel? How might the lands get wider if we love like that? Really love like that. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. L'reacha kamocha. Kamocha. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. L'reacha kamocha. Kamocha. Who could be saved? How might the world be softer? Who could the heart heal? What is the gift you'd offer if we love like that? Really loved like that. Ve'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. L'reacha kamocha. Kamocha. Le'ahavta l'reacha kamocha. L'reacha kamocha. Kamocha. How would the world look?
Let's rise for Aleinu, page 586. It's not enough for us just to pray. We need to go out and do good things in this world.
The juxtaposition of that song with the Aleinu.
That's
It's
perfect.
meant to be. Aleinu l'shamer l'adom hamkom, l'ateit midurav
Page 591.
ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. היום ההוא יהיה
You may be seated. We're going to turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. We lost Dr. Kenneth Krakow, wonderful a orthopedic surgeon and the head of the Buffalo General Department. He was known for the Krakow suture, actually, and did a lot of inventions and led the department here for many years and was a really, truly remarkable human being. We are also remembering Elaine Cohen, Irene Dunlap, Nancy Nitka, Leon Skolnick, and Peter Solander, who passed in the last month. On our yard site list from years past, we remember Elaine Adler, Sally Schweitzer Bass, Henrietta Bello, Jerome Bloomberg, Rabbi Eugene Borowitz, Joel L. Cohen, Hyman DeBruin, Marlene DeCarlo, Alan A. Freudenheim, Edith Gewurtzman, Charles Gilden, Marlene Glickman, Isidore S. Goldenberg, Harry Goodman, Frank Hartney, Bertha Deutsch Hurwitz, Bernard Kaufman, Irving Klein, Mitchell Klein, Elliot Krieger, Goldie Crone, Henry David Lefcourt, Romaine Levine, David Levy, Muriel E. Lifton, Isidore Longberg, Jenny Martz, Sherwin S. Bud Miller, Hila Kupenberg Mingle, Morel Puyas, Lita Rappaport Zingaro, Clara Schlafer, Gertrude Scholl, William Shapiro, Frida Stein, and Betty Trutsky. I should point out that Rabbi Borowitz also was jailed with Dr. King in the Florida when Rabbi Herzog was there too, and wrote the letter in the jail cell. If there's other names, just raise your hand. All those whose custom it is to rise, please rise. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'yalma divrach yiratei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayachon v'yamachon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, v'agalau v'zman kariv yimru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach li'olam omei omaya. Yitbarak, v'yishtabak, v'yitpa'ar, v'yitramam, v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar, v'yitalev, v'yitalal, shemei dekudashah, b'rechu, le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tush b'chata v'nechamata, damiran b'yalma v'yimru, amen. Yehei shlomer abamin shemaya, v'chayim alinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yimru, amen. Oseh shalom v'yimru, hu yaseh shalom, Alinu v'yal kol Yisrael, v'yal kol Yishvei Tevel, v'yimru amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, and to all the world, and we say, amen.
Amen.
Zikronam livracha, may their memories always be for a blessing. You may be seated. I'd like to invite up Bruce Corris to offer our...
That will do. That was a good one.
Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
I have to be nice to him after being mean to him.
he has. He's been very mean to me lately, so we'll alternate back and forth. 1 week nice, next week snarky.
All right.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We hope you enjoyed our really inspirational Erev Shabbat service this evening. Thank you to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, and Sean Poland for a really nice service tonight.
Thank you.
The music was really inspiring. And that talk you gave was, I mean, you think about going through all that. And especially when we're thinking about the temple down in Mississippi this week, their second time that they were firebombed. Their second time. Anyway, thank you to our service greeters tonight, Diane Gordon and her junior assistant. Happy birthday, Sherry Joe. We should not tell a woman's age, but we've been sending out emails for weeks that say it's Sherry Joe's 65th birthday. So anyway, welcome to the Medicare years. Anyway, and happy birthday. Tomorrow morning we have Torah study at 9 a.m. That is at Temple Beth Tzedek, also via their Zoom. The Shabbat morning service and Kiddush luncheon will be at 10:45. That is also at Temple Beth Tzedek. Religious school will not be held this Sunday because of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. weekend. It will resume a week from Sunday. Super Bowl squares are back. Woohoo! They will be benefiting the Cole Religious School. This year we're doing a little differently. We're going to have two $10 sides, and we will be selling the squares before Erev Shabbat services, during religious school on Sunday mornings, and during the weekdays at the temple office. Please call first if you would like to come to the temple office and be part of the excitement. Remember years ago when they did, when all those pop stars got together to do We Are the World, and you had the biggest names in music all in one place, all in one recording studio? That's what our Bema is going to be like for the Purim Spiel. We're going to have the biggest names in pop music on this Bema all together in one place.
Are they going to be watching the live stream somewhere?
Well, I heard that Bob Geldof was going to write a song about us, but anyway. But the Purim Spiel is a pop star pandemonium, and it is Monday, March 2nd, which is fast approaching. Oh, it's fast approaching. Anyway, we will begin the evening with pizza at 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock for the Megillah reading and the Purim Spiel, and then 8 o'clock for Hamantash and Onig. All this month, the Tikkun Olam team is collecting sneakers for Guiding Eyes for the Blind. The sneakers are not for the Guiding Eye dogs. The dogs don't need the sneakers, but this wonderful organization is collecting all of these sneakers, recycling them, and then somehow the money they raise is going toward Guiding Eye dogs. So we've got a bin in the lobby, and we'll be collecting beyond January 31st if you have used sneakers in any condition. If you see Carol Schmeidler at Friday night services, talk to her about that. The February collection for also for the Tikkun Olam team is going to be for the Amherst Little Free Pantry at the Unitarian Universalist Church. They have a wish list that includes both non-perishable foods and fresh produce. Watch your email for all the information. And we pretty much collect food year-round because there's a need year-round. So you can always bring non-perishable food to the temple. Speaking of food, the women of Shir Shalom are gathering this Sunday for a casual brunch at Diane Gordon's home. I'm told there's still a couple seats available, Diane. Is this true? Two seats still available at the table. So if you'd like to come, talk to Diane after the service tonight. Sunday, February 22nd, Women of Shir Shalom will be going to the Jewish Repertory Theater performance of Sheltered, and then having dinner afterward at the Andale Lounge Mexican restaurant. Sheila Bernard Tucker is your contact on that. Resetting the Table will return Sunday, February 1st at 12:30. That is at Panera Bread on Transit Road. Rabbi Alex and Pastor Eric Farley from Fieldstone Church will be leading a really interesting discussion all about trying to overcome our toxic political divides, which is certainly timely. I'm told that this is an important reminder. Joanne has this in red, so it must be important. Please be aware of ongoing phishing scams. Our synagogue will never ask for personal information, gift cards, or financial details via email. If you receive a suspicious message, do not respond and contact the temple office right away to verify the authenticity. Robin, you've received these emails, right? You have. Good to know. If you need anything at all, please feel free to reach out to Rabbi Alex, Cantor Frank, Todd, Joe, Joanne, or myself. We are all here for. In fact, Sean too. Reach out to Sean as well. We're all here.
Yeah.
Tonight is our 8th Chai Club drawing. Get up here. Get up here. And obviously, we will be having the big drawings on the night of the Purim Spiel. If you do win on a weekly drawing, your ticket goes back in, and you are eligible again, unless you're me, because mine have gone into the temple shredder. Immediately after the service, please join us for the Onig Shabbat, sponsored by Randy Lifson, in honor of the 65th birthday of Sherry Joe Reich. Anyway, that's true.
And by 5 years, sweet home bread.
4. Only 4. What? For $18. For $18. Vicki Rubin.
Woo! I've been really mixing it up this time.
Shake them up, baby. But pretend you're a bingo caller. Shake them up.
If she pulls out, she'll pull out Todd.
For 36.
I think I'll announce this. For $36, Bruce Chorus.
Yay! It's not shredded. Yay!
Oh my, no way.
Good job, Cantor.
Is this the first time in
That's,
this
yeah,
history?
pretty much.
How long have you been doing this? Like 36 years?
Since Joanne was young. Since I was young.
Joanne picks your song next week.
I think that's one.
$54.
Oh, very nice.
Stringer family. Very nice.
Oh, nice.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you all for doing that. Shabbat Shalom, and go Bills. Go Bills. Go Bills, go Bills.
All right, Cantor has a song, a closing song dedicated to this weekend, Peace
Yes.
Like a River.
Yes. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. And then the next one would be I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. The next one will be I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean. I got love like an ocean in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. Got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain. I got joy like a fountain in my soul. I got peace like a river. I got peace like a river. I got Shabbat Shalom, hey, when they finish.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Shalom, hey, Shabbat Shalom, hey, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat,
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey,
Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat Shalom. Hey, Shabbat, Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Oh, one set of bim bombs. Here we go. Bim bom, bim 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 bom. Bim 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 bom. Biddy 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 bim bom. Bim 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 bom. Bim 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 bom.
what a closing there. I love, we invented all new motions to that. As you came in peace, may you leave in peace. Shabbat Shalom. Please return your prayer books to the front minus the leaflet. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. I got peace.
That's so funny that you also got to meet her mom. She never told me about that. I wish she had, maybe her mom never, I don't know what their relationship was like. I never.
Well, there was a, I don't know how many children.
I think there must have been. Yeah, you know what? I don't remember. No, maybe it must have been Mark. No, it must have been a different one. Yeah, she would have to be. I mean,
And all dressed up in that southern woman, completely gorgeous suit, hair, makeup, earrings, and hat, you know, the big straw hat.
I'm glad you can get it.
Jewelry.
Because if it was a few years ago, she must have been almost because he was born in 1911.
Oh, the last place I went was like Louisville, Kentucky. Something like 2019.
So I think the daughter died. I remember. Learned about it. It was just so terrible to hear she died.
The last time you spoke about it, I was going to say something.
Oh, I'm so glad you said it.
You know, I have the memory of that, and now it's, you were talking so vividly about it. I know her, and, well, they put her in this armchair, her to sleep, you know, they brought like a chair from the bean, and she was like a queen, she said, like, you know, ruled.
I love how they film her.
Humble, she was just so humble about everything, you know?
It's just how they were. I mean, when she described, like when Marcia described it, she was in their house. So, yeah.
I'm gonna skip down to the front, Amy, the concentration.
me. Not for her, I'm sure, it's a lot of work.
Rabbi Rothschild.
Raising children.
I love the love. I used to eat them.
Are they a hoffa?
I mean, I knew that from high school.
Oh, that's what they're not?
Yeah, and the harmonies. Oh, that's a really nice one. And they sing that.
Oh, they've known it because I used to do it all the time, but I haven't done it in a long time. I try to give things a rest.
What do you think of my new version?
Oh, yeah, that'll be.
I know you want to tighten it up a little bit. No, I said the left is the original.